Alf, you good? What's going on, sports card hobby family? Another day, another sports card video. How the heck is everybody doing today?
Y'all fake, y'all busters. What? Blah. Yeah, y'all don't even belong in the hobby. Y'all don't even really have your own PC. What you gonna do?
We have got the final Sunday of football before the playoffs start. Fired up for my Saints, hopeful, but not super optimistic. We need a lot of help. Today we're going to be talking about Eric at Major League Profits.
This business quickly became a lot of work. I thought it would be this simple thing.
It's kind of just delving into kind of what I'm seeing here, and I'm hoping to learn something today from audience members. So we will dive right into it. Before I get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you do like what you hear. We come out with just about daily trading card collectibles style videos, so you don't want to miss a thing. Hit the subscribe and the notification bell. We won't let you down, my friends. Also, huge shout out to today's video sponsor, Whatnot. Maybe you want card show level cards, but man, you just can't get to the show. Maybe it's in a neighboring town. Maybe you just don't feel like getting off the couch because it's freezing cold. Just log on to your phone on the Whatnot app and you have access to all the different singles all over the place. I've got a link in the video description as well as in the pinned comments to check out Whatnot today. All right, this guy Eric has been popping up on my feed all over the place. And it makes sense. I mean, I watch a lot of card content. I feel like I would be a target person for targeted ads, for sponsored ads. And that's exactly why I'm seeing his stuff pop up all the time, because whether it be on IG or whether it be on YouTube or wherever it is, he's got sponsored ads all over the place and they always seem to find me. And he doesn't just have one. He is running multiple campaigns. I'm not a sponsored ad expert. I've done some of it in the past before, going back years and years. So I'm zero expert on this whatsoever, but I can see where he has set up different ads over time, and they're pretty high production, a lot of them. It's not like me here with my iPhone on a tripod. He's actually put some time, effort, money. He obviously is tech savvy and able to get these out. And I think the thing that's really interesting to me here is this is kind of the blueprint or the playbook that we have seen in the past from kind of the financial gurus, and a lot of them are chalked up as fake financial gurus because a lot of them have turned out to be kind of scammy, frankly. And I'm not saying that Eric is. Again, I haven't ever met him. I've got nothing against him. I'm just intrigued by what I'm seeing. And like I said, I'm kind of hoping that viewers and maybe people that have used this program can chime in here and maybe shed some light, because it's something that just continues on. And he's the only one in the space that I see doing it quite like this. And it's basically, you have the sponsored ad, there's a free training or ebook or whatever you want to call that. You get the free training, and then he captures your information here. I clicked on his like learn more, thingy-mabobber, and it asked for my email, my name, and all that. And so that's where you get in contact and you set up kind of a call. And basically what it looks like to me is you have the free training. There's some free training materials.
If you're a millionaire, why sell a course?
Okay.
And then you have one-on-one access or a package there. Maybe there's multiple packages. I'm intrigued to know kind of what those packages are, but I don't necessarily want to go through the process of clicking, contacting, and doing all of that part, but just very curious as to like how much does it cost and what do you get for the cost. Just very interesting, because this is something that was very common if we go back to 2017 to 2021 or 22 even. You saw a lot of this in all sorts of industries, and you still see it today. I'm not saying that there's not sponsored ads for these sorts of things, but it's far less than it used to be. Far less people doing a lot of these sponsored ads, because look, this is not cheap. There is money that is being poured in. Eric or someone on his team is spending quite a bit of money on these sponsored ads. Because like I said, it's multiple campaigns, it's across multiple platforms, and they're running all the time. So he has to be he's got to be really investing in these ads, which I assume that he's turning around and getting business out of this, or it doesn't make sense, obviously, to run the ads. Maybe he's got, he's got capital, he's got to run the ads for a year and see how it goes. Again, I'm just very interested in the business model. And don't worry, I'm not interested in the business model because I'm setting up my own of these. No, absolutely not. I think part of the problem with this that we see is Visually, when you see these ads, some of them are okay, but some of them are really, really cringy. I mean, some of them, it's just like, man, one of them's like, oh, I've got a break during the day and I've got time. I think he's on a skateboard walking his dog, or he's walking his, I don't know, there's something kind of crazy. And he's talking about how he's got all this extra time because he buys and sells cards. And, there's another one too where I think there's pictures of him on a boat or something, and like sports cards have afforded him this lifestyle. And I think he got in going back 7 or 8 years, 6 or 7 years. So he was in pre-boom from what it sounds like to me. So anything that you bought, I mean, a lot of the stuff that you bought pre-boom, if you were in, you did well on it leading into 2020 and 2021. So maybe that's how he kind of got started and how he got bankroll going on this. But of course, as we've seen, the easy money has gone away here over the last couple of years. I've listened to some of the stuff that he's saying, and some of it makes sense. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt here. So some of it it's not rocket science. It's short-term flips, and he's timing it up. He's timing up those short-term flips, in season, out of season, that sort of thing. And he talks about baseball prospects like penny stocks, is what he says, which fairly interesting way of putting it, but pretty true in that, baseball prospects, most of them don't work out, just like penny stocks, but then there's some that hit, etc. And he's buying raw and grading and selling into the hype. So on the baseball side, it's probably, okay, which prospects are set to be called up, or which prospects do we think are going to break out, or whatever, and selling those kind of leading into the season or whatever. But a lot of folks are doing that. A lot of people are doing that. One thing he did see, though, that I thought was smart, he's looking at ratios. I saw in one of his ads, he's looking at ratios, meaning, looking at different refractors or whatever, and trying to figure out, okay, what's the difference between the raw price and the 10 grade price? And then if that ratio is high, then okay, that could be a target where we're buying that card raw and we're grading it out, trying to sell it high. The other kind of little critique I'll throw in is there's not a lot of talk that I've heard anyway about downside risk, which, as we know, in the card market, collectibles, there's a ton of downside risk. And I don't hear him talking about that. Now, granted, these are marketing spots, so maybe he is talking about that when he gets into the one-on-one, when he gets into the trainings. But as far as just getting you hooked in, now, granted, maybe he's not mentioning that in the hook because he's like, hey, I don't want to be a downer in my hook. This is marketing, trying to draw people in, and then I will share that there's downside risks. I just don't see that anywhere. I'm only hearing, yes, you can replace your job with this, or it's a good side hustle or whatever. He's not guaranteeing like, hey, you can go quit your job and do this. He's talking about it more as a side hustle. But again, he's just not really talking about kind of all the things that can go wrong. And there's a lot of things that can go wrong in this process. So again, even if, a lot of the trainings are sound, which I do think that he's probably got some good strategies, but it's the way this thing comes across visually that kind of makes you laugh. You look at it and you're like, all right, this guy is trying to sell me on the big lifestyle that sports cards afforded him based on the marketing push. It's kind of like where you have, the gurus, the financial gurus that are jumping in the private jet. Come and join us, join us so you can also be in the private jet, type thing. All the craziness that we saw going back a couple of years. But this is still kind of the roadmap that he's working from. I'm not saying he's in a private jet, but it's kind of similar to, I'm a baller. I'm a sports card baller. This is my lifestyle, and I can teach you. I can teach you how to do it. It's just very interesting. I would like to learn more. If you have a testimonial, if you are one of the customers, or if you've been through the program, tried out the program, whether it's positive or negative feedback, this is just more of a curiosity for me. Again, I don't have anything against the guy. He has got a business going here. Maybe it's very successful. Maybe he does help people buy and sell cards and he's done well helping them out. I have no idea. So again, I'm throwing this out into the universe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.